I just had an idea that I could challenge myself to create a 21-day challenge where I upload a YouTube video every day. I haven't been uploading a YouTube video for months, so that would be a challenge. But it would also mean that I would. I'm recovering from a cold, so excuse my stuff going on. But that would require me to lower my quality bar insanely. You know, I couldn't put 5 days into creating a thumbnail. It would be like 5 minutes. But the reason I think that could be a good idea is because I am stuck in perfectionism, I think, but also it would be interesting to see. Okay, so how can I put this? So I've been on a journey where I have done so much self-development. I've been pouring my heart and soul into aligning myself from disalignment to alignment. And I feel incredibly aligned. I feel like I am me. I have embraced myself. I know what I want. But my problem is that I am stuck in my apartment. I'm circling in comfort. So I'm stuck in learning. I'm stuck in just, I don't know, just stuck in the comfort of my home. Even if I want to go out and meet amazing people, even if I know that I want to create amazing things. So, and it takes 21 days to create a habit. So if I were to just do this challenge for myself. And another thing is that my whole life I've been in productivity mode. I think that productivity is the most important element. So when I get up, I'm productive. I'm productive from 7 a.m. till 8 p.m. kind of. But I've learned or realized, and a lot of mentors are saying that it's more important to embody, it's more important to be in your energy, be in high vibe, because now I'm not in high vibe when I'm at home. I'm really stuck in my PJs and not wearing makeup. Today I put makeup on even if I'm not going anywhere. So that's a part of my starting to change how I feel. And I think maybe that could be a cool journey, to an experiment, to be, okay, if I put 21 days into making myself feel amazing, going to places that makes me feel good, would that bring more opportunity? Would that, I don't know, would magic things happen that productivity alone couldn't give me if I'm just in my essence, if I'm out there, if I feel good? As also a way to, I don't know, get into the habit of getting out in the world again, because I've been stuck at home for many years. So maybe we'll see. Today's Thursday, 22nd of May 2025, and maybe I start on Monday or straight away. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, just a thought. Okay, I just saw that I filmed with the wrong camera. So I was trying to film with my back camera, but when the clip you just saw, I thought I was filming myself, but I couldn't see myself when I filmed because I didn't want to be distracted by seeing myself on the screen. So I filmed with the back camera, but apparently I filmed my sofa and my environment. So, okay, let's just lower the quality bar and fucking go with that. So that is something that I would re-record, but now just like go with that. So, okay, let's go. Okay, I'll try to do this while having lunch. I'm so hungry. I will do some, hummus and oven baked tomatoes. And I don't have another microphone. So that's a thing I need to go and get today. I'm gonna have to go and get a microphone. And I think if I am to start this challenge, I need to make it very clear what the purpose is, what I'm trying to achieve, because I know that if I start this and it starts to feel difficult, or if I'm like, what am I doing? I think it's good to come back to see, okay, I do this because, and I actually know why, but I have to just put it into writing. And I think a big reason why I would do a 21-day challenge is, first, it takes 21 days to form a habit. And my block is that I am stuck in my apartment. I'm just circling in the comfort of my known. Put hummus on my headphone. And I realized that, okay, how to do this? Maybe I should eat first so I know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm gonna eat and then I'll talk. Okay, I think I have scribbled down some notes on this challenge, and this is also for me. So, why I do this? First, I've written it takes 21 days to form a new habit, so that's why I do the 21 day. And I want to form the habit of being and feeling high vibe, kind of to make it my default, to see if it's true that you attract the right people, more opportunities come to you. Because I see all these gurus are talking about that how you feel is actually more important than what you do. So it's not about doing more, it's about being more in the vibration of being, feeling abundant, feeling happy and joyful and whatnot. So I'm gonna try that out. And doing this challenge will keep me accountable, because I would want to do this regardless. And this is also to challenge my belief that productivity is more important than caring for my appearance, being in a high vibe environment with amazing people. Because I've been productive my whole life. Ever since school, I've been like always focusing on study, work hard, learn more, be super productive, never really thinking that appearance or I'm trying to keep my hair away from the microphone. I've always seen, caring for your appearance to be something unimportant. And it's not only about, caring about your appearance. I think now what I'm starting to realize is that when I shift from my pajamas to dressing in a way that lights me up, it actually is a way to transform and remind myself of that identity of the higher self that I want to be. So it's actually a transformational act to get ready. So it's not about doing it for likes or whatever. It's about, as a ritual to embody the person you want to be or your higher self. And productivity has gotten me fucking nowhere. I think it's a scam. So I'm trying this new thing. I'm sorry, I've had a cold. I think I said it before, but I'm sorry if I make weird sounds. Okay, so what I'll do is for 21 days straight, I'll put myself together. I will get dressed. I will put makeup on. And the thing is that I do this once or twice a week. For now, for example, I have makeup on. I don't know if you can see it. This is this is kind of me putting myself kind of together. Usually I wear no makeup at home. I wear my pajamas or cozy clothes 90% of the time. So that's a challenge to actually put myself together, because I know I feel better when I do it. And for example, the funny thing I realize now, that I was like, I'm not going to do anything today. I'm not going to meet anyone. But I was like, okay, but I'll put on makeup anyway. And then after I did that, I got the idea to do this challenge. Maybe that has something to do with the thing that, you know, you raise your vibration and you get maybe more higher vibe ideas. I don't know. Okay, so I'll put myself together and do something each day to raise my vibration. My ego is like, we're not going to want to do that. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just like, it feels like such an effort to every day have to go out and try to do something fun, because then also my mind is like, but that's not productive, you know, spending this amount of time getting ready and then you have to transport yourself to somewhere. You're going to lose a lot of time, so you won't be as productive and you'll fail. That's basically it. But this is the challenge, to see if, you know, that actually will I don't want to say quantum leap, but to see if that actually is a faster track to get yourself in a state that you like or feels good, and then you go to an environment that lights you up in a way, and maybe that will have an impact either on productivity, or the thing that I create maybe is more potent. I don't know. Okay. And so I'll do that. I'll get dressed. I will do something that raises my vibration in a way that I feel joy and fun or something, while taking action in alignment with my vision. And I think for this time, I will prioritize on my Instagram feed, creating content, short form content. And then after 21 days, I'll reevaluate if it was worth it. Or if I've just wasted X amount of hours getting ready and going out, leaving my house. And I will also post one YouTube video a day during this challenge. And I think that's new to me, because it feels impossible. But in order to make it possible, I need to lower my quality bar insanely. You know, I can't spend a lot of time thinking or planning or executing. It will just be, I don't know. I will have to, I guess, you know, if I just film one video talking like this and just upload it, that would work. That I could do that. Yeah, okay. Love that for me. Okay. And also, I wrote to myself, okay, why is it worth doing this challenge even if no one watches? Because I would still do this. I would still do this challenge for myself, even if I didn't even put it on social media at all. Because the last week, I've been really working through a lot of limiting beliefs I've had and what is stopping me. And I realized that I feel so comfortable. A part of me actually wants to keep my life the way it is. You know, I just circulate in my apartment. I do my work. I have so much time freedom, actually. I can learn so much. I can, you know, and a couple of times a week I go out and meet friends, and I love that. But a part of me actually wants to keep myself in the comfort zone. But I was also thinking, if I look back, if I was 80 years old and look back at my life and was like, okay, I've been continuing my whole life living in my apartment, not meeting a lot of people, I have my routine. I feel very rested. I feel like I can learn my things, and I post a little here and there, but I didn't have a big impact. That would kill my soul, because I feel such a fucking burning desire to share my message with the world and to help people. And the message and what I'm so passionate about is, you know, helping people understand how important it is to be in alignment with yourself, to fucking embrace who you are, embrace your calling, and act on that, even if you're in the 9 to 5 norm. I'm allergic to the norm. I'm really allergic to the norm. So I really want to have an impact. I want to help people remember their power. Yeah. I might circle back to my story later or whatever. But okay, so my problem is I've done so much work. I feel super aligned with who I am. I feel like I embrace who I am. I know what I'm here to do. I know my vision, but I'm stuck in my comfort zone in my apartment, and I rarely go out. I go out every day for walks, but I rarely do anything exciting. I never get ready. I walk around in my PJ, and I am super productive. So in my work. But okay, so that's my problem, and that's what we're gonna fix in these 21 days, or try. And I have identified a few obstacles to this challenge. First is the weather. It's raining today. Not very exotic, or if I was in Bali and felt like I love life and it's so warm and I love the beaches and whatnot, but no, I'm in Sweden and it's raining and it's fucking cold. So we're gonna have to work with that and see if I can feel this raising vibration, and yeah, if it will have an impact. Second obstacle is money. I do not have infinite funds to go and do amazing things. So like just going out for a coffee a day will be, I don't know how we will even budget that. So I will have to find ways in which I can raise my vibration and still make it work financially. Because that's also, I realize that that's also one of the things I tell myself, and the things that I I use the lack of money as an excuse to stay where I am. So I say like, I would love to go out. I would love to, go out for a coffee every day. If I had money, I would go out every day and do amazing things. But the truth is, when I really did this work, I was like, I'm using that as an excuse. And that's also why I don't draw in money in the way that my higher self wants. But my current self is like, but we want to stay in the comfort zone of the apartment. I want to actually, like, a part of me really wants to stay the same. And I think that's how we are wired. We are wired to stay the same regardless of how whatever our circumstances. And the thing is, I also realized that my current habit or my current routine was not built for thriving or living or being the fullest expression of me. I created this routine in my rehabilitation period. After my chronic fatigue, I had to create a very strange routine that I did the same thing every fucking day, because I followed a certain program to get out of it. And now I'm kind of stuck in that. So I've reached the highest level, you could say, where I live as a normal person. I can be productive for 10, 12 hours, not productive 12 hours, but I could be definitely productive for 9 hours a day. And I can exercise, I can do anything, a normal person would do. So I've reached a normal person level of activity. I feel energized. So I realized that now the next step is actually to start living and to actually start going out again, to reintegrate in the world again, and to be and do what I'm here to do. And that's interesting. I think, and the third and last obstacle, I think, will be resistance to this challenge, because maybe it will feel too much. And I might feel like I can't handle it. So I will have to do a lot of grounding work. I will have to do a lot of nervous system regulation to feel safe in this challenge. And I guess we'll have to start small.
And I guess today is day one. I guess today is maybe just putting on makeup, which I already did. And I also took action in alignment with what I want, and I created this challenge and made a YouTube video. So yeah, maybe that's enough for day one, and I will go and buy a camera and a microphone, because we can't do this short cord forever. Yeah, because I actually feel excited. So this challenge that I came up with, doing this video, I feel excited. I feel like, oh my God. And I posted this in my free community on Discord, and I was like, should I do this? I just had the craziest idea. And they were like, yes. So I feel excited, and in a way that has raised my vibration, and I feel excited. But I can't say that, yes, it has raised my vibration, but it hasn't created any result or outcome. But I think that's also a part of what they say, that you should still keep being in the, joy and high vibe, whatever, regardless of the results. But it will also be, I assume that I will have bad days as well. And I think that I don't want to do a toxic version of high vibe where, I get nervous as soon as I feel low, because that's not very high vibe to me. To me, being my highest self would be someone who could be like, okay, we're having a bad day, and how can we navigate that without, feeling like, oh shit, I'm low, that's not good for my results. Be like, no, it's okay to be low. So I'll just try to do this as a way to get out of my rehabilitation era and start living again, getting into the habit of getting ready, make me maybe feel better, take aligned action, and just see this as a momentum to catapult me forward. We'll see. Okay, let's go buy a camera. No camera, microphone. Hej.
Vi hittade mikrofonen.
Yeah. Okay, this is actually the same day. It's just a few hours later, so the weather changes so quickly. But the microphone was really horrible. It was a really bad background noise. So I'm on my way back to leave it back. What do you say? Okay, just got home. And my jacket is stuck in the position up here. I can't. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. I love that. See if I can get out of this. I'm Camilla, and this is day 1 out of 21 of my 21-day challenge. And the challenge is to get ready every day, do something that lights me up, and at the same time take aligned action towards my goals. And maybe I should bring my notes. Can't remember. This is crazy. I just realized that I'm gonna have to not cut this this video, because I have to post a video every day for 21 days on YouTube. So I cannot overthink it, and I cannot, put on any editing or anything. So I'm just gonna have to vibe with this. And I just want to give you some background to me and why the fuck I'm doing this, and just make myself do this so I can edit it and post it today, because today is day 1 and I have to do this. And I just came up with this idea today. So Yeah. Okay. So, okay. So my background is that I've been out of alignment my whole life. I have, I had a pretty, how to say, pretty traumatic experience as a child that caused me to, be in survival 24/7. For most of my life, I've been in survival mode. And what does survival mode do? It puts you out of alignment. And you cannot, when you are in survival mode, you can't think like, what does my intuition say? What does my desire? What are my gifts? You can't really focus on self-fulfilling because you're just focusing on surviving. And that when you are that in survival mode, you get misaligned very easily. And that in turn leads to misaligned decisions, misaligned friendships and people, because people are attracted to the misaligned version of you. So my whole life I have just been off track, basically. And so I chose the wrong career. I chose to become a fire engineer, even if it didn't align with me at all. Obviously, there are parts of it that were cool, like the actual, what do you say? The practical part of fire engineering is cool, but most of the work is done at a desk with a certain type of people. That is nothing wrong with engineering people, but it's just that I am not an engineering person. So in my self-discovery phase, I realized that I'm really creative, I'm much more spiritual, and all the things that logical people think is very strange. So I've always thought that something was wrong with me, and I was wrong all the time, and I was trying so hard, and I was working so fucking hard, but nothing worked. And it ended up me being, I ended up in a burnout. Not necessarily because I worked too hard. I had a horrible experience with a very narcissistic colleague. That's a story for a different day, but that was the tip of the iceberg, so having a lot of traumatic experiences in your childhood makes your like tea kettle, if you are like a tea kettle, it's like the pressure builds up very much. So when you add something that's also really hard, it explodes. So that was what happened to me. And I was in that for fucking 3 years, and then rehabilitation, and it's been so fucking hard. And I remember one moment when I was in bed, because I was bedbound for a while, and I didn't even know if I get my life back. It was so fucking dark and so bad. I could not, I had to, if I took a shower, I had to rest before blow drying my hair. I also, it was like, I remember we had grocery shopped and my brain could not understand how I should put the items in the fridge. It was like a puzzle to me. It was like too much, like I do not understand how to fit the things in there. I also had a, what do you call it? It's like when I had to go somewhere, especially to the rehabilitation, I had a taxi pick me up that was funded by the government because I couldn't even take public transportation. So I was so fucking bad and low and sick, and everything was, my stomach didn't work. It's just like they found a liver tumor. It was benign, a good tumor, but still they have my health was so fucking bad. And I remember asking myself at the lowest point of my life, in that moment where I did not know if I would get my health back, my life back, because most of people who are in chronic fatigue, they are in that state for a very fucking long time, for many years. And so I was really reflecting on my life, and I was like, I'm getting a message from my friend. I
I was really reflecting on what have I done for others? What have I contributed to society? Could I leave this planet content with how I've lived, what I've done for others, my impact in the world? You know, I was really reflecting on that, and I found that, I haven't been me. I have not been me. I have not done anything for anyone. I have just been surviving, and then I have been fighting for justice, and then I've been, you know, just misaligned and fighting and trying so hard in a career that wasn't even aligned with me, trying to find topics or to talk about with my colleagues that I didn't even care about. So it was like just a fucking struggle my whole life. And a big part of the struggle was that I was not aligned with me. I was not embracing me. And I then asked myself a new question. I was like, okay, but if I would get my life back, what would I do differently? And I listed out a few things, and a few of them I have already done. It was creating a course on how to study at the university. I realized that one of the things that I can contribute with is knowledge on how to study, because I've been studying so fucking hard. So I created a course on that as soon as I started getting better. I created a free course on that for people. It's still available online. Just to kickstart something, help others with the knowledge I have. And I found a few things that I needed to accomplish in my life because I was not ready. And I don't know. I just knew in that moment that this is a crossroad for me. This is like, okay, I'm getting distracted. She's sending me so many hyping. I sent her, actually, the friend who's writing to me, I sent her that I'm doing this challenge and she wanted to join, so I'm really happy for that. But, okay, where was I? No retakes, right? Okay, never mind. But I just ended up doing a self-discovery, okay, fixa mitt hår. Okay. No, I just went on a self-discovery and I don't know, I went through so much fucking shit, and I really took that as my sign to be like, okay, I have to embrace myself. I have to find a way to accept who I am and the things I've been hiding, the things I've been, you know, thinking that if I show them, no one will be with me. I feel like I had no fucking choice but to find a way to accept myself, find a way to embrace myself, find a way to align myself to my true purpose, allow myself to be a beginner again, be really bad at something new. But I have to say, it's been really rewarding in the sense that I feel a lot of lightness. I did a lot of shadow work. I did a lot of everything from grief therapy to, I don't know, I've had so many coaches and I've read so many self-development books, but I really, what I learned is that I am really good at turning pain into power and structure things that are chaotic. That's my superpower. So I've had a lot of years doing that, you know, getting rid of, I looked at my self-esteem, my self-image, everything. So I've had a fucking long time aligning myself, embracing myself. Who am I? What am I here to do? And now I landed in the unicorn cousin. I landed in that I will fucking just embrace being the unicorn, the one in the family. Everyone is like, what is she up to now? What's going on there? She's traveling, or she's starting a new business. She's like, when is she gonna slow down or do something normal? I think for me,
I think the experience with getting my health removed, it really made me question norms. And I got super fucking clear and awake on what are we fucking doing? Why do we zombie walk around life doing things that don't matter? Things that we don't even want. For what? It just makes no fucking sense. And I feel like in my case, I have been really scraping through fundamentals, like where do I want to live? Do I want children? What religions are there? What do I believe in? I've had this approach as if I was like a newcomer to Earth, but in an adult version. Like, imagine being an alien coming here and be like, hey, you have these options. So on this planet, we have these religions. You can choose this, and this. And they have to almost choose like on a smorgasbord and see, okay, which one aligns most with me. Instead of being born into a religion and believing that that's the ultimate truth. So that's just how I've been approaching a lot of things in life. And yeah, okay. But all of this to say, I've done so much work on myself and to align myself and finding what I'm really passionate about. And that is live a life that is aligned to you, not the fucking norm. That is the core. That's the core. And that's what I live, and that's what I am. And yeah, but I've noticed that the next step then, so when you have aligned yourself to your purpose, to your calling, and you have embraced yourself and all that, you still have to take action. You still have to go out there. And my problem has been that I'm just circulating in my apartment. I'm in my comfort zone. I walk around without makeup. I walk around in my PJs. I just loop my own thoughts and learn a lot. But I don't go out and do things that stimulate me. And the days I actually go out, like for example, if I have a coffee date with my friend Sophia or whatever I do, when I go out, I'm like, wow, just feeling, I have such a different energy and such a different vibe. So today was the first day. I'm not sure I have told this or whatnot. I think I'm gonna repeat myself a bit in this video, but it's my first video, so what did I want to say? But it started with me realizing that it's actually important to get ready. It's kind of get out of this stagnant energy. You have to create movement, do things. Be stimulated by others, things or impressions, and I'm kind of not doing that because I have thought my whole life that productivity is the main goal in life, being as productive as possible. So even if I go up early, I always do, not always, but I kind of always do. I can start working at 7 in the morning, but I don't prioritize getting ready or going out because I feel like that's a waste of time. But I'm like, from everything, you hear from these manifestation people or, I don't know, they say that it's so important to be in your energy, and that's what makes you magnetic, and that's what, pulls you forward quicker. So this is just a challenge for me to see what happens if I do this for 21 days straight. If I try to activate my energy, feel a higher, it can be joy. I don't have to get ready every day, but it's just like, what happens if I follow this for 21 days? Might be that nothing happens, but at least I would have fun experiences. So yeah, let's do that. And
Yeah, let's get out of this apartment.